Well, we can make it interactive. I actually am very afraid to write poetry, but a lot of people say music is just poems with music. But in my defense, I can hold one word for like a can of 8, whereas in poetry you would have to fill it up with smart words, which is something that I'm afraid of. I don't know how you guys write, if you write like based on something that just happened to you, or something that you heard like other people have experienced, or something that you were influenced by around the world. But I like to write from experiences, and I find that the best, like the most free that I write with is when I'm like upset, angry, mad, all this stuff. And then it's a bit tricky for me to write when I'm the opposite. So, being interactive, what kind of song would you like me to share? Something like happy or not happy? Because I have a few. I have both. I don't know. What do you guys feel like? Do you feel like?
A variety.
Sure. Most of my songs are written with one in mind, so it will be a variety. Well, I'll share a love song first. It's called Love. It's very. Okay. I don't know what else to call it. I've got it so bad, got it real bad. I've got you on my mind all the time. Love consume me. Oh, and love, take me away to your place under the skies above. Hold me closer, hold me tighter, keep me near heart. Don't you ever part. See how my knees go weak when you kiss me. Catch me if I fall, come when I come. Always be near me, love. You fill my need, fill it up oh so good. I don't know how I could live on without you. Thought this love only happened in the movies. Never did I think that this could be true, and it is with you. Oh love, only you are true. You're who I'm dreaming of. I've got it so bad, got it real bad. I've got you on my mind all the time. So I write a lot of ballady songs, and that song actually started off, it's just a fun fact, that song started off the way it ended, so like the slow, and I was like, oh no, I got too many slow songs, so then I just sped it up. So anyway, sorry.
Huh?
My parents, sorry, my parents.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you have some challenges, like some
Um,
you can, or do you write some song about that?
You know what? I have a song related to like, so in the Filipino culture, I'm not sure about your culture, but a lot of them come here as nannies,
Oh yeah.
right? And in order for them to try to bring their family here, one of them is sponsored. My mom was able to sponsor a few people, a few of her relatives to come here, and then throughout the years they brought their whole family. And then when I find out they become citizens, it's like, yes. But I was fortunate to be born here, so I don't have that, like, I have the challenge if you were to look at me, but obviously if I go back home in the Philippines and I start talking English, they'll know that I'm not from there. I may find the challenges there, but I do understand the language. But I find like growing up, there was really no color.
Okay.
Because being born here, there's a lot of different races in my classes, but I never came across that until in my teens, and then now, like I'm proud that I'm Filipino. At the time, I just thought we were all the same. We were all Canadian. Being Canadian is being Canadian something, like Filipino Canadian.
Chinese Canadian,
exactly.
right? I have no issue. Like I have no issue to be called Chinese Canadian, right?
I love being called Filipino.
Yeah, but some people have the issue.
Some people, you know what? There are some people, but I think it might be because they're not. There's too much pride, I think, hidden behind there, and then there's also the ego that might be. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure myself out still. So, I mean, I have no idea, but like, some people might not consider me Filipino Canadian, or actually, I should say, some people might not consider me Filipino. I have a friend who says he's too white to be Filipino, or he's too black to be he's too Filipino. Either one, but like it's always people trying to label us, and in the end, it's like, do you listen to them, or do you? Actually, this is a good segue to the next song. Do you listen to them, or do you like figure out what rings true to you? Like for me, I love being Filipino Canadian.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can't hide it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're just hearing my voice and it sounds like a Canadian person. But yeah, it's like. For other Filipinos, I might not be Filipino enough because I don't speak the language. I know my culture, I understand the language. Or for Canadians, I'm not like what they think is Canadian. So like, how do you go about life? Like, I'm sure everybody here has their challenges, and whether they let it, tear you down, or you go right through it. So this next song, I like to also write about positive things. This next song, the chorus is stop searching outside, start looking inside, and your light will shine so bright. So, if you get a handle of the chorus, you can totally sing along. And I think it's important, especially. Welcome. I'm just about to sing a song. I think it's important to figure out what you want, because I think we're all faced with a lot of things of like saying yes and trying to make people happy, and then for me, I have a bad habit of doing that, and then what makes me happy.
Yeah, I just want to say a few words because before you begin.
Yeah.
So you remember we had the game before her performance, the 3 words game. So a lot of people find it's a challenge, right? You need to make a choice. You need to make a choice to choose. So and this choice is also a challenge to find, to look inside of you, to find who truly you are. Now it's coincidentally you pick up the song, right?
That's true.
Yeah, to look
I wrote
inside.
this for Anna for her event today. It's called Shine So Bright. And like I said, if you feel like you want to follow along and sing along, please do. There used to be a shadow telling me I'm far from done. And I used to let that shadow block the light of the big old sun. You said, what's the use? There's no time for those blues. You said to stop searching outside, start looking inside, and your light will shine so bright. Stop searching outside, start looking inside, and your light will shine so bright. Shine so bright. I'm right here.
So any, like in audience, do you have any question for her, or because this is more like a discussion and a performance, like interactive, so it's not, so yeah, you can.
I enjoy your stuff.
Thank you. What's your name?
My question is, do you are you a reader of poetry, and does that inform some of your work? Any of your specifically poetry?
I haven't been, to be honest, I haven't been influenced by poetry to write something. No, wait. Yeah. I haven't, I read poetry, not as often as I'd like to. Like I said, it terrifies me to write it. And also, as someone who doesn't, I should change my vocab, or my verbiage to myself. Someone who doesn't have belief in myself and understanding poetry, I stay away from it. Because I'm like, I feel like this is too smart for me. But I just sang that song that I should like not think that stuff, and I should actually like, I know art, I know poetry is just like art. You take it the way that you want it. Like, I mean, you analyze it the way that you would, like just a piece of artwork. So I'm gonna take that challenge to read more poetry and be influenced. Do you have, maybe, do you write poetry?
Oh, yeah.
I'll read some of yours too.
Beg pardon?
I'll read some of your poetry.
I have a blog anyway, so.
Oh, cool.
But anyway,
Amazing. No, I would love to, like, please let me know about your work.
The Shroom website is, I don't know if you're familiar with that, it's a great place to learn about poetry. It has a lot of analysis of some of the major, the canon, the poetic canon.
For sure, yeah. I've been wanting to actually take poetry workshops,